Right there's good enough. We can hear it.
Don't have tiny puzzle pieces on their outside that are able to click together or recognize other protein puzzle pieces. When a cell connects together with a protein and recognizes it as enemy, it knows that it has to attack.
This is going to be the defenders of the body and how they work. So this is a neutrophil. It can activate other cells and it kills enemies. And in a way, it kind of like vomits out toxic chemicals to stun and destroy bacteria. This is a natural killer cell. It can communicate with other cells and it can kill enemies. This is a macrophage. It's mostly known as the main part of innate immunity. It can communicate, activate other cells, kill enemies, and it causes inflammation. Like, you know, those bumps when you get hurt. This is a virgin B cell. Quick note, virgin kind of means like immature or someone. It produces antibodies and it's kind of on standby mode. All B cells produce antibodies, and memory, it just means it remembers. And the normal B cell activates other cells. Antibodies disable enemies or destroy them. A virgin killer T cell, it's on standby mode, kind of like young, and it kills infected cells. Killer T cell just kills infected cells. Mostly looks for cancer cells though. Memory killer T cell remembers enemies and it kills infected cells, including cancer. The complement system, it does say mark and disable enemies, but they can connect and destroy bacteria. You'll see this. This is a dendritic cell. It activates other cells and it has strategy decisions. Like, for example, it goes to where you have a cut while the macrophages and neutrophils and complement system are destroying the bacteria. It covers itself with bacteria. Then it goes into the thymus, which is like a chicken wing organ, except like around this part of the body. And in a way, it just stored with every single type of T cell. Like, there's a T cell for killing the coronavirus. There's a T cell for killing, I don't know, a deadly virus on Jupiter that will appear in 5 billion years from now. Yeah, literally. It has any type possible. And we'll talk about that also. This is a follicular dendritic cell. All it does is activates other cells. Activating means like for example, the macrophage, it just has like a normal day traveling in the veins or blood vessels. But when it gets activated, when it gets activated by a dendritic cell or a follicular dendritic cell, then basically the follicular dendritic cell tells the macrophage that there's bacteria invading. A virgin helper T cell. It's also on standby mode and it activates other cells. That's why it's kind of a helper. Helper T cells, they normally just communicate with other cells and they just tell them that there's a cut and bacteria are invading, and it also activates other cells. Memory helper T cell does the same thing as a helper T cell, except it remembers enemies. All of these, mast cells, eosinophils, and basophils, they all fight worms, also known as parasite worms. For those who are wondering what it is, sometimes when you eat food, there can be tiny worm larvae that kind of stay in your intestines for a long time, eating food. These three go to where that worm is and start destroying it. So mast cells does communication, activates other cells. Yes, it does fight worms, and it's another reason for inflammation. All these three cause inflammation because sometimes they can go to this thing for destroying enemies. Eosinophil and basophil. All of these three activate other cells, and monocyte. It's on standby mode, also known as an immature macrophage. It's like a young macrophage. It kills enemies and it has strategy decisions like the dendritic cell. Here's a minute to look at this slide. I'll explain it in a minute. So the red arrow indicates attacking and killing. For example, the basophil, eosinophil, and mast cell, they all kill the parasite worms that are in the intestines. The blue arrow indicates activation. Like for example, the dendritic cell activates virgin killer T cells, and they activate virgin helper T cells. The purple arrow indicates communication. For example, the neutrophil communicates with the dendritic cell and the macrophage, and the helper T cell communicates with macrophage and neutrophil. The yellow arrow indicates producing antibodies, which only B cells can do. Oh yeah, by the way, a plasma cell is kind of like an old B cell or a trigger B cell, and they produce antibodies. And green arrow means morph. For example, the virgin B cell, the immature one, morphs into a B cell, which morphs into a plasma cell, which morphs into a long-lived plasma cell. And I'll give you another 30 seconds to look at it now that you understand the arrows. And as I mentioned before about the complement proteins, we'll get right into that. You think this is just words and pictures, but these are actually some of the most common proteins, or not protein, but complement system proteins. They can have many different shapes. C3b locks itself onto bacteria, while C3a goes to activate other immune system cells. And then it starts like mixing and matching over the bacteria while others get onto it. And eventually, with the help of C9, it would drill a hole into the bacteria, making a hole in it, and the bacteria explodes. If you think this is just tiny bits of these are in the immune system, there are more than quintillions of them. Even in the body, they're really tiny. Okay. Now we'll talk about how you can help your body. First, you can exercise, you can eat healthy, you can stay hydrated, you can have a good sleep, you can make good decisions. It's just, you can do anything good helps your body. And always remember, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. This is 10 ways to stay healthy at work. Mostly taking the stairs and packing a lunch and packing healthy food. Yeah, they're really good. And if you take good care of your body, like you eat good food, you exercise, then your brain can process many different things. In conclusion, my topic is the immune system. I learned all about the immune system and how I could help my own body. It changed the way I see my body and how I can help my body. I hope you learned all about the immune system and how you can help your body. And remember to take care of your body. When you walk on the stairs, instead of just going in an elevator you kind of just wait. But if you take the stairs, you can actually exercise your legs and you actually get to walk. It helps build up the muscle. More. What's the most dangerous stuff? Ooh. Like to invaders or the most dangerous invader? You'll see, because it's gonna be coming up in the activity. Loki.
How did I die that first discovered and the immunity died?
I'm not sure about that, but I did a little research, and he died in France. That's what I know, where he was born. Probably because of old age, because he was 71.
That's not that old.
True.
I actually have two.
Okay.
So it adds on to Warren, but what is the most dangerous invader and invader killer?
Like both?
Yeah.
I could tell you the invader.
Okay.
The most deadly invader is probably I think it's probably going to be the coronavirus or the brain eater.
What?
Yeah, there's such thing called a brain eater. It destroys all of your immune system cells, heads to the brain, and starts feeding on your brain. Mostly found in water. It's a zombie. Like pools or lakes. Drink water. That's good. And you don't just jump into pools or swamps. Okay. No, you have water? No. If you get like water, like from
Lions.
It's kind of like cancer, except it can travel, basically, and it likes feeding on brain. Okay, Jude, I remember you had a second question.
Like C3B.
See, yeah. You can go back to the complex.
You said there was more than 1 quintillion, right?
Yeah. There's like multiple of this, multiple of that.
Are they all different or are they the same?
They're all different, except some can like replicate or like duplicate to make a full copy.
Oh,
Right,
so it's like it's rare to duplicate, so they always create even newer and better ones.
Yeah, like there can be a billion of C3B, there can be a billion of CR1. You know, like there's multiple of one, but there's billions of different types. Miss Wagner.
I was just gonna say, if you have an activity, I'd like you to take 2 more questions, and then, class, I know it's almost recess time, but we will tack some time for extra recess at the end of the day if this activity takes too much time, okay?
Okay. So I just pick 2 more questions?
Yep.
Okay, Ryan.
So for the slide, on the slide that Jim was talking about,
Okay.
are those the actual colors of the cells, or is that just to make it look?
That's just to make it look interesting because the actual colors are really, really microscopic. Like the complement system. Okay. Normal immune system cells are the size of blood cells. Blood cells. They're so complex. And the complement system is like 20 times smaller. It's like around 134 times smaller than a bacteria. Okay, back to the Q&A slides. And one last. Yeah.
How do they know what the virus is?
They can do like blood tests to see
What they look like?
oh what they look like.
Is it like some kind of, I don't know if it's related to it, it's kind of like
Sometimes can you go back to the oh wait, never mind, you can't go back to that slide because it's closed. Sometimes bacteria doesn't really have color because people only look through a microscope, but otherwise yeah. Wait, what was your question?
how do we like tell what the virus is
Like what does it look like? Sometimes the shapes are not accurate. Like for example, there can be some people see a bacteria like wobbly, but then they kind of like edit it to make it look kind of like spherical. Because bacteria can have like there's just infinite types of bacteria, or almost infinite. This one. How many questions should I pick for?
I think that's probably it if you have an activity for us.
Okay. I couldn't think of a good activity, so I just picked this. Use your knowledge of the immune system to guess if the cell is an immune system cell, a type of vaccine cell, or a virus/bacteria. Talk with someone close by to figure out each one, or to figure each one out. When time is up, you can raise your hand to guess what the cell is and why. Note, difficulty increases, and you should only talk with 2 to 4 people. Yes, you can choose yourself. Okay, first one. I'll give you a few seconds. I'll give you a few seconds to guess. Not yet, not yet.
You guys help Devik out. Instead of just starting to chat, wait until you hear what you are supposed to do.
So you can talk with your group about if is this an immune system cell? Is it a vaccine cell or is it a virus or bacteria? Or yeah.
It's probably a bacteria cell because
Okay, I'll give you like 5 more seconds. Okay, Wilson. What do you think? Why do you think it's a virus? I mean, that is kind of obvious. No, difficulty doesn't freeze. And any more? Malcolm. Or sorry, Elliot.
Virus.
Okay, Eugene, next slide. For those who said virus, it's correct.
Yeah.
It's because the structure of it, also known as anatomy, its anatomy is like spherical in shape, and its receptors does not look like immune system cells. Okay, next one. Is this even a question? Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, okay, who thinks they know what it is? Betty.
I think that's the dendrit. Okay,
I know.
It's a good guy.
Immune system cell?
Yeah, a good guy. And doesn't it like activate the random dudes walking down the street?
Well, sort of, if you think
Like
about it.
Buffy?
You are correct. It is an immune system cell. As mentioned before, this is a dendritic cell, which is part of the immune system family. Next slide. This shouldn't be level 0. I don't even think I need to vaccinate that. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Elijah, what do you think it is? Okay, next one. That is a Now we get to the confusing part. What do you call it? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, Victor, what do you think it is? Guys. Okay, Victor, what do you think it is? You think it's bacteria? No, I'm talking about. I'm talking about this part. Yeah, it is a virus. And to me, it looks like the virus is replicating inside of a cell. Like an innocent cell. Okay, next slide. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Aileen, what do you think it is? You think it's bacteria? Okay, I'll take 2 more hands. Forrest, what do you think it is?
I think it's a brain eater because this. What?
Oh wait, I didn't. Or brain eater isn't one of the topics, but
Virus. Something
do you think it's a virus?
attack.
Okay, I'll take 1 more hint. Aishwarya, do you think it's an immune system cell? Okay, Eugene, roll the clip. It's actually a vaccine cell. It's a vaccine cell because the receptors looks kind of odd, and it's not really what normal immune system cells have. And I don't know what these things in front of it are. It's kind of like the same vaccine cell, except like shredded. Yeah, its structure is kind of like a 3D oval. Okay, Eugene, next step. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Loki, what do you think it is?
I'm guessing it is probably just
a normal cell in general? Okay, I'll take 2 more. Amaya. Huh? Do you think it's bacteria? Why do you think it's bacteria? Okay. And Jude.
I think that it's an immune system.
Okay. And just bonus points, what type of immune system is it? Because it is an immune system cell.
I think it's innate.
What part or what cell is it? It's like the inside, and the center is kind of where it dissolves the bacteria. While the outside, it's kind of like the outer shell. Next one.
It didn't dissolve the bacteria, it dissolved the virus.
It's not a brain eater. You saying? Okay, 3. No, it could. 2. 1. I'll pick on the people I haven't. Rowan.
No, like wet.
You think it's a virus? Why do you think it's a virus? Because you guessed it's a virus. Okay. Marco.
I think it's a virus because like this, because the cells are kind of like form kind of like jelly that's just sort of dried up.
Ryan. Why do you think it's a vaccine cell?
The bacteria looks different from the other ones do.
Okay. Honestly, I couldn't even guess it myself. It's a B cell. It's weird. When I researched the image, these are kind of the receptors, and these holes in it. This is where the antibodies are made. It has a odd. It's just odd. Quick question. Yeah.
Why does it look like a tumbleweed?
A tumbleweed?
Yes,
I don't know.
It looks like strawberries.
Honestly, I think some guys just messed up on my It just looks good. Okay, next one.
Spaghetti.
Number 8. Number 8 challenge.
It's a jet. What's inside? That's a virus.
I don't know. It looks like spring, but I don't know what it is.
Really something inside the water.
This is good. I just got informed. This is going to be the last one. Okay. Forest.
I think it's a virus because the receptors they look kind of odd. They look kind of odd to be like a normal immune system.
Okay. Audrey, what do you think?
I also think it's a virus.
Okay. And
I think it's a vaccine.
you think it's a vaccine?
The vaccine.
Okay, Eugene, show the clip. It's actually it's a T cell. Because although it does have weird receptors, I did say it uses the receptors to find the bacteria. What are these? Okay, Eugene, you can just speed through these. This is bacteria, and the final one. Okay, yeah, Eugene, you can pause for a second.
Spider?
It's not a spider. Why would a spider crawl inside? Okay, Eugene. This is the weirdest thing. It's a vaccine cell. I know. It's kind of weird.
Why is that spider?
No, we're not taking questions. We need to wrap it up.
Really quick thing. This is called a bacteriophage. This outside shell, it's called a capsid head. Inside is something called genetic material. This is called, oh my god, we're getting into pet science. This is called a collar. There's supposed to be whiskers on it. This tube is called the sheath. It's the sheath. This, Minecraft, it's the base plate. These legs, these legs are called tail fiber, and you'll never believe what this spike is called. It's called a spike.